Stefan Molyneux is not letting up. He's not letting his foot off the gas pedal. He is continually on Twitter spewing a bunch of garbage, and it has not stopped yet. He's still retweeting his own tweets to garner them more favorites and retweets. He's still retweeting the tweets of his defenders, so it is looking pretty bad. And he is stuck on this empiricist ideology of his now at this point. Remember when he went off the deep end, he talked about using empiricist now? Empiricist, I want to make sure I use the air quotes. And then after that, he's talking about no more guilt, blah, blah, blah. Now, he is hell-bent on this. And he made a complete clown of himself. And oh my goodness, was it hilarious. So here's what happened. So he sent out this tweet. Now, remember how I said this guy looks like he's someone who just thinks about politics 24 hours a day? This is something, anytime you make up a dialogue to make your point, it could be comedic and it could be legitimate, but I feel like percentage-wise, majority of the time it's going to be trash. It's not going to be applicable, but that's an estimation. So he makes up a dialogue here. Here's what the dialogue says. It says, a professor says, race is a social construct. A doctor says, great, then we can give you an organ donation from a different race. And then it says, Professor, hell no, that's just something I say so I can get paid. So already I have to explain to you that when you read this tweet, it's supposed to, the response from the professor is supposed to be some sort of a response of, like, whoa, no, 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 like, no, you can't do that. I just say that to get paid. That's not, like, it doesn't even make sense. It sounds so stupid because it's like you're creating this ridiculous scenario where it's, like, super dramatic. It's like, whoa, dude, no way. It's like, what are you doing? So here's the problem, okay? The implication of this dialogue is that you cannot, in any cases, have an organ donor from another race. That's the only implication you can come to, okay? Now, Stefan had to walk back his claims, okay? He had to walk them back. But basically what I'm sure he did is after he got called out on it, he Googled it real quick. He's like, oh, whoa, whoa. And then he's like, oh my God. And then once he found out that there was like a caveat, and I'll include the caveat because I'm not a fraud. The caveat, I believe, is like, oh, it's easier to find a match within your own ethnicity. I think that's what it is. So he's like, oh my God, thank God there's a caveat I can throw in so that I have plausible deniability. Well, that's not the truth. The truth is because of the way that this was constructed, it's vastly, vastly, vastly clear. Because this is the only logical conclusion you can come to, by the way. There are no other options. From this specific dialogue, one conclusion and one only. And that is that the only way to get an organ donated to you is from same race. But that's not the case. It's false. Now, he got super excited when he found out the caveat after Googling it, after people called him out on it. But this is exactly what I mean. First of all, first strike, you're creating your own dialogue. Second strike, you are making it super dramatic when it's like, this is legitimately the worst dialogue I've ever read in my entire life to push a point across. But this guy needs to relax. Like, he's totally gone off the deep end. He's super ideologically committed to pushing his pro-white whatever he's trying to do. I don't even know how to describe it at this point. We all know what he is, though, by the way, as you guys know what I'm talking about. So this guy needs to relax. He needs to stop making a clown of himself because, quite frankly, it's insanely embarrassing. And it's tough to watch.